What's going on, everyone? Pinche out here, and I'm just going live right now to give you guys a couple minutes of my time and of what's gonna be going on. Hey, Tracy, what's going on, Tracy? So this is a private stream for only Patreon. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of Pinche Out's Garage. What's going on, Monroe? Um, so we're here to just talk about number one, two big things. We got the car. Hopefully, you guys saw the pictures that we posted earlier today. Uh, we got the car. We got the Mark IV. The engine is definitely seized. It definitely has failed. So, what's going on, Ian? So, that's actually exciting because we can see when we pull the engine out how it seized or how it failed. So that's also very, very exciting for me actually because it's going to be a whole new learning experience and see if we can unseize it and maybe hopefully it's just didn't cause any major damage to the engine. Um, if it did, it more than likely we're just going to have to like hone it out and have it maybe bored out one over, which isn't very much. And then we just have to go one over on our piston rings, and that's pretty much it, which is a very, very good thing because we won't have to worry very much about any type of issues that might arise down the road. So, for the car itself, um, there's no physical damage on the body whatsoever, besides the big old wang that it has. Um, so the wing is not a big deal. We might end up just moving the trunk from the Outlander over to this car and putting this car's trunk on the Outlander and then just wrapping the trunk on that car. And that way our Outlander will have a wing. We don't know yet. Maybe we'll just take the wing off and learn how to do some body work. It's all pretty much a matter of it's up to you guys. So, um, so all the money that we've raised for the car is officially dried up for the moment. Not a big deal. So what we're gonna be doing for the next month, DIY wise, on this car, is tearing the car down. So no money is required for that. So we'll be able to save up money as we go per month, so people can see what we're doing. Patreon members, and then after the fact, um, once your video, once we have our videos done, um, and you guys watch them, I will unlock them for normal YouTubers or normal subscribers. That way they can get the content after the fact. You guys get it, which is kind of the way that we're going to be going about this every single time we do videos for this specific car. Um, People who are helping us get this car on the road and get progress created on it. You guys are going to be priority versus anybody else on this channel. Um, Again, YouTubers are going to get the content. It's just going to take a little bit longer for them to get it. It's going to be after the fact, which is okay. Again, it's okay. So it's exciting. Honestly, it is exciting because we're going to, number one, we're going to learn how to tear down a VR6. We're gonna, number two, we're going to learn how to inspect problems with the VR6. Number three, the biggest thing is rebuilding it. We're going to learn how to build, number one, either a naturally aspirated VR, turbocharged, or supercharged VR6. Personally, I want to go to a full-on naturally aspirated engine. Make as much power as we can make naturally aspirated. It's fine. It's going to be dope. We're going to do again, these aren't my ideas. They're not what I want to do. You guys have to make these choices for me. Again, we'll create a poll and we'll go from there. Nice, Monroe. again, it's we're gonna be doing things in a proper manner, where we tear things down, inspect, and repair. Right now, right off the bat, we're gonna have to replace the dashboard on this car. The original owner put one of those carpet covers on it and used a bunch of adhesive on the dash. So because of that, we're gonna have to replace the dashboard because the dashboard is stained with adhesive that's been probably for 1 to 2 years just damaging the car. So I don't want to reuse the same dash. We're probably just gonna take that dash out and go pick up a used one from a junkyard. They're so cheap, so it's not a big deal. We'll learn how to do a junkyard pull and everything. It'll be pretty cool. We're also gonna figure out during the rebuild how to fabricate new parts. We're gonna design with using this car. We're gonna use it to design our coolant relocation, coolant ball delete kit, and we're gonna design a skid plate for. I don't know. I don't think I have to worry about it. I'm already designing skid plate right now. Sorry. The power steering relocation. On top of that, because we're gonna do a coolant ball delete kit on this car, the big issue, because VR6 or VR6 12 valves in general and 24 valves have a secondary radiator, kind of like an intercooler, but it's legitimately a second radiator, and we're gonna have to learn how to bypass that. So we're gonna bypass that whole system, make our own system, and then we're gonna probably with the coolant delete kit or coolant ball delete kit, we're probably gonna provide upgraded fans. That way we can drop the chances of overheating this car due to heat and whatnot over time. Doing my research online, I did notice a lot of people, if they do remove the secondary radiator, they highly recommend going to bigger fans, slimmer profile, larger fan to increase performance on cooling, which is a cool thing to do because, again, exactly, Tracy, a bigger aluminum radiator will be something that we want to offer with our kits, or give you guys a link so you can go get it with our kit. It's going to be something that I'm definitely going to recommend. That way we can drop the, number one, the chances of having issues. Number two, making the engine bay look beautiful. Now, my first question to you guys, and this is going to be a serious one, should we shave the engine bay? Or do a very basic engine bay cleanup to make the engine bay look good? That's a really important question because that way I will put my focus towards certain things when we work on the car. What do you guys think? Or do a very basic engine bay cleanup to make the engine bay look good? That's a really important question because that way I will put my focus towards certain things. What do you guys? So yes on the shaved engine bay, or more of like a basic bay cleanup? Kind of like, I'm trying to make sense here because it's really important. Again, it's really important for me to know what to focus on and what to really put more emphasis on if I'm going to start tearing this car apart. The downside of this engine, okay. So yes on the shaved engine bay, or more of like a basic bay cleanup? Kind of like, I'm trying to make sense. Again, Tracy, we don't know if we're going to be able to go turbos on this because, again, we have to. It's a fully crowdfunded car, so we need you guys to spread the word about the Patreon, so we can generate more revenue to do more modifications. Now, keep in mind that we can go naturally aspirated, finish this car as fast as we can, and then get another car and then do it that way. Go nuts on that. Once we generate the income that we need to go to a crazier build. I mean, that's another idea as well. Again, the whole purpose is to create a buzz to get people to invest into the channel. Since I invested a lot of time and years with you guys, I'm just trying to find a way to get some money back to help get the channel going. We got a lot of subscribers, but not a lot of, how can we say this, dedicated viewers. And this is why I went to Patreon, because you guys are more dedicated to watching and more dedicated to having fun with the channel. Believe it or not, I get hundreds and hundreds of questions asked all week long. I do the best I can to answer you guys and help you guys out. Tonight, again, we're just gonna cut this video a little short, just because tonight I'm actually gonna be editing the full inspection. Well, not walk around of the car inside and out, since I did I did a walk around of the car after we delivered it to the house. So I want you guys to see that as well. Again, it's strictly for you guys, nobody else. YouTubers, or not YouTube, people who follow my people who subscribe to the channel, get it a week after you guys. So that's why I want to do it this week for you guys, and then next week I'm going to let them watch it after the fact. Again, the more and more we do this, the more they're gonna want to become a Patreon. That's what I think, which I think is gonna be pretty exciting. So, if you guys have any other questions for me, please comment on Patreon. That way the comments are easier for me to read and go through. But for tonight, that's all I wanted to do, is give you guys a heads up. I'm not going to be telling anybody else about what's going on. Again, it's only for Patreon members, so please remember that. But other than that, pretty much that's it. Please, thank you, Monroe. I definitely appreciate that. And yeah, we are venturing out to a whole new platform, which is a VR6. But the cool thing about the VR6, it did come in 2 generations of cars, and the Mark III and then the Mark IV. So what's dope about that, once you learn this platform, this engine, and this how everything works in a VR6, you guys can move them to the older car or just stick with the new one, and that way you guys can learn and maintain those cars a little bit better and keep them from going from their crusher. I honestly want as many cars, anything Mark IV and older, off or away from the crusher, because those cars are beautiful. I kid you guys not, man. Anything Mark IV and older, they're just good looking cars. And I want you guys to be able to see one you like, I want that car. It's only $500. I'm gonna go buy it. And I can take care of it. That's the whole point of this, that you can go and look at a car and you're like, oh man, who cares if it's a total POS? I'm going to buy it because I know what to do and take care of it and be able to own it. And that's what I'm trying to do with this channel, is to give you guys the power, the confidence, the self-esteem, and the ability to buy a POS and turn it into a gem, your own personal gem, and be excited to own it. Be excited to wrench on it, and above all else, do it yourself. That's the number one thing, is I want you guys to do it by yourself. That's where the bread and butter is at. I don't want you guys to go to a shop and have them charge you freaking $5,000 to $7,000 to do something simple, and be like, oh, you're welcome, Tracy. I'm glad you enjoy it, sir. Definitely glad you enjoy it. So that's the whole point of this channel, and it's always been the whole point of this channel for years, and I'm pushing it even further this time around. Now, that all been said and done, Season 7, we're going to give you guys a sneak peek in about a week or two, hopefully in about a week or two. of the new season 7 intro with my buddy Ray. We're gonna be doing something stupid, but it's all because we love it so much. I don't know if you guys saw my new video that I uploaded earlier. I just made a custom transition using an old 60s, 70s Batman, going back and forth. We're going to be using that transition a little bit more moving forward. So it's exciting because I'm getting the hang of doing custom stuff while video editing, and I want you guys to have I want to have fun with it, and you guys have fun with it as well, you know? So we're going to go a little cheesy on season 7 for good reason, because we're going to have more fun than we've done before. And we're going to be pushing the Outlander a lot more in season 7. We're going to be doing the obviously the VR6, the Corrado, and my Mark IV. My Mark IV hasn't gotten much love on this channel, believe it or not. After I built it, I kind of like strayed away from giving my more content to my Mark IV, my GTI Filbert. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually finishing up on Filbert tomorrow. I'm finally going to get that manifold out of there and put my new turbo manifold on, so I can, you know, have more power on the car, or better power. So that's one thing. Number two, excuse me. I want to do some more videos. I want to do some burnouts. I want to go do some pulls with Filbert. I want to go show you guys what Filbert can do. I mean, Filbert's a really dope build, and I've been personally having a lot of fun with it, but I don't dick around with the car. I enjoy it. I daily drive it. Ever since I built it, I've put over 30,000 miles on the car in 2 years after I built the car. And I've really done not very much with it. I mean, I've beaten a bunch of cars on the freeway having fun with it, but I don't film a lot because, again, I try to keep a lot of that illegal content off of YouTube as much as I can, just because I don't want to get in trouble for it. But I will be doing some stuff down the road, more and more fun car stuff down the road. I just got to be careful on how I do it. It's not really the smartest thing to do, just so you guys know. Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely want to share more of Filbert with the trailer as well, showing that off, showing the actual build and how we did everything. We're actually going to redesign Filbert's, not Filbert, Heifer. Heifer's the trailer, by the way. We're going to redesign Heifer's butt. We're going to be doing some more work on the trunk setup, and we're going to be doing more work on the front of the trailer as well. We got some cool custom work coming on it that we want to do and change it up. Again, we're just trying to make it different, not your typical you know, cookie cutter builds that are out there. I mean, definitely my car is not a cookie cutter build. It is to a point, but not 100%, you know. Again, I'm just trying to have more fun and be more unique with it. Like the Outlander, that's definitely a very unique build, and it's definitely fun. It's definitely been a lot of fun driving that car and being with it, you know. But that all being said and done, again, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I'm gonna start editing some videos tonight for you guys. Again, you guys are gonna get exclusive first dibs on videos. After a week, we will get you guys going. All other subscribers are gonna be getting content a week later. Monroe, what gave me the idea for the trailer? What's funny, my wife came up with that idea. I did not. I just did all the work for it, but my wife came up with that idea. And believe it or not, that trailer is actually my first Mark IV. So there's a lot of memories and love in that car. That's why we kept it. So that there's a lot of emotion that goes into that car, believe it or not. Again, excuse me. I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be interviewing myself and talking about the build and talking about all that and giving you guys a whole run around Filbert and everything and show you guys how it works and how it does on the roads, you know. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in, being a part of the live session. Again, you guys are the first dibs to know about. We got the car. It's stupid clean, and I'm gonna give you guys a full walk around tonight with the interior and the exterior of the car, so you guys can see all that before we actually start tearing it down. Next week, we're gonna start taking it down, and start tearing down and going through everything in the car and see what does and doesn't work on the car. We already know that the engine's busted, so that's already 100% given. So the next step, besides that portion, is to make sure everything else in the car works. So thank you again for tuning in, and thank you, and have a wonderful night. And as always, here at Pinche Al's Garage, we're going to break, we're going to fix, and we're going to repeat. Much love. Oh, much love. Thank you, Patreons, and have yourself a wonderful night.